You know, it was a gradual thing. It built up over time. It was kind of a, fat person's guilt, I guess. Everyone says that they're going to do something about it. Every day they say that, and then, maybe they'll try something and it'll just kind of fall through because it doesn't work after a week or something. But for me, it was actually April Fool's Day, 2006 or 2007 or something. And that date bears no significance other than the fact that I remember it because, it's April Fool's Day. But, I had to go mow the lawn that day because I had to do it like every week. When I got back in, I was like, I'm going to go on the treadmill now. And then I finished doing that. I was on there for like 45 minutes or something. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to do this for a week now. Going along with the exercise came, better discipline with eating, just eating healthier and not snacking so much. Over time it just became habitual, and I didn't do anything too intense. It was 5 or 6 days a week, maybe less than that some weeks. I just go on the treadmill, speed walk pretty much, 4 miles per hour, which, I'm tall, so that's more than some other people might do. And I just watched TV miniseries, so it was fun. And then it just went from there, I guess. Well, I think something I dealt with was that I wasn't sure what I was aiming for. I hadn't been a normal weight, I suppose, at my current, size, I guess. So I didn't know how much weight I had to lose. So I guess for me it was, I was just going to keep going until I met the goal that I felt happy with. Of course, there are the times when you don't do the healthiest thing, you don't make the healthiest dishes, and then of course I think you have to do that every now and again. I love chicken fingers or something, so it would be torture if I didn't indulge every once in a while. I'm also lucky, even though I've kind of got a slow metabolism just because of I'm hypothyroid, but I also have a good degree of muscle mass, so that kind of counteracted it a little bit. So I have an okay metabolism. So for me, if I kept up with things 5 or 6 days a week and didn't go completely crazy, I would usually come out in the end with some sort of result. There were weeks where I didn't, and there were times where I was thinking to myself, well, have I lost as much weight as I'm going to? But I figured that it got to the point where it wasn't so much a diet as it was just a new lifestyle. So it wasn't, all that stressful when I had my setbacks, because I knew that if I continued doing things the way that I did and continued to, monitor my physical activity and what I ate, then it was just a matter of time. I think part of it is you just don't have to, you have to try not to put too much weight in your weight, I guess. Because especially if you're doing weightlifting in addition to, cardio, which I wasn't doing a lot of, but honestly it's a good idea. For all sorts of reasons, boosts your metabolism and makes you look sexy. But yeah. But the thing is that from day to day, for me, even though I was not eating a lot, my weight can fluctuate, 5 or more pounds in any day. So for me, it wasn't so much what would happen in any given weigh-in, it was more what was the trend. For now, although I'm not nearly as strict about my dieting and exercising as I was then, I don't go on the scale very much, and honestly I think that's helpful, because you can tell a lot of times, you know when you ate more than you should ever, did I have 2 dinners today? I don't know. So I think the first and biggest step to being successful is to put less stock in just the number and more in about how it makes you feel about yourself to be doing such a positive thing. Now, especially that I have control over what I'm eating on a day-to-day basis, since I'm buying my own food, I think that's going to be very helpful. And this is just my experience, but I would say get yourself to commit fully for a couple of weeks, because a lot of people I've talked to or listened to who have tried to lose weight you know, they kind of try the easy way out. They'll say, well, I did the Atkins diet, and you know, first of all, that's torture. It's far worse than exercising, in my opinion. I tried not eating carbohydrates for a couple of days just to see what would happen. I just felt miserable. But more importantly, a lot of people who try those, you know, special diets expect that to be what's going to get them to lose weight, when in reality, you know, while health is dependent on a whole lot of things, generally weight loss is just about, you know, calorie differential. So even if you're eating healthier foods, and maybe you're eating less of it, exercise makes a huge difference. I mean, if you think about it, say you generally burn off 1,800 calories a day. That's just your metabolism, and you ate 1,400. You know, that's good. It's 400 calories a day that you're losing. But if you think about it, say you're on the treadmill for 30 to 40 minutes, and you can burn off another 400. Well, that's, you know, not a huge time investment, and all of a sudden, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot, but all of a sudden you're losing weight twice as fast. And of course, I think anyone who's tried to lose weight and hasn't succeeded knows the biggest turnoff to those sorts of things is not seeing results. So, and I think that's why I was able to continue, is because I committed fully to it for, you know, a couple of weeks, and I began to see results. That gave me the motivation to continue on with it, and I think it is very important. Well, Phil Austin.